Alright guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. Well, finally I got my ROSSI RB22M. Some of you have already seen the unboxing. I've got my Viridian Eon scope, which I also did a video on unboxing. Now I've got them together. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go shoot at 50 yards, maybe at 100 if I have time. If not, I'll do another video at 100. And we're going to be shooting 8 different loads to check for accuracy. So right here, number 1. We have the Gold Dot 40 grain. There's a so that's Spear Gold Dot 40 grain. The next one is going to be CCI 30 grain polymer tip VNT varmint. And this is a polymer tip, as you can see. The next one we're going to have is a 45 grain Hornady Critical Defense. It appears to be a hollow point as well. Next we have a 30 grain VMAX Hornady, which is another polymer tipped round. Okay. Next we have the CCI MaxiMag varmint, which is a 40 grain jacketed hollow point. Right there. Next we have Winchester Dynapoint. It's a 45 grain jacketed hollow point. Okay. Very shallow hollow point, by the way. Next we have Winchester 40 grain 1910 feet per second on that one, but it's a 40 grain and it's just a hollow point. Jacketed semi-jacketed hollow point. Pretty round actually. And then next we're going to have Remington 33 grain VMAX, which is also a polymer tip. Okay. These are all 22 mags. This rifle's chambered for a 22 Magnum. So we're going to try all these at 50 yards, see how they group. Like I said, if I got time, I'm going to stretch it out to 100 yards. We'll see how they group there. I know I'm not going to have time today, but in the future, we're going to stretch it out to 200 yards. We're going to see how they group and how much they drop from a 50 yard zero. All right, guys, I'm not going to be taking the camera to the range because I'll end up rushing myself trying to watch the camera, see if it's paused, see if it's filming or not. So I'm not going to sacrifice. I'm really trying to get accuracy. But I will be back with the results and we'll be able to see what kind of groups we get with all these. See you when I get back. Thanks. Alright guys, back from the range. Nice gun. Remember, it's a budget gun. Didn't have anything real bad, nothing really bad to say about it. The trigger seems pretty light out here, but when you're trying to, do sub MOA accuracy, it is a little bit heavier. I'm gonna look around and see if I can find a aftermarket trigger or maybe a spring kit to help with that. I mean, it's not a bad trigger. It's not a bad trigger, but it could be better. Had a couple of times when I was trying to load it the way it's laying, like that, didn't want to go in. However, if the gun was cocked, at a 90-degree angle, the bullets went in fine. They all ejected fine, had no failure to feed or anything. Scope, very, very clear. Had to adjust the eyepiece. I thought it was real clear, and it got a lot better, where I could actually see the little tiny little. Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. The little tiny, like, I don't know, maybe not even a 1/4 inch circle that I was trying to aim at. And I was real impressed with that scope. I thought my scope melted down and malfunctioned and that was a bummer. I didn't want that to have happened. You'll see what I'm talking about when I show you the results in a minute. It was actually the ammo, had nothing to do with the scope. And that's what I was hoping, that it was just that ammo. I just couldn't believe that ammo could be that far off. So I'm only into this gun for about $224. It's a budget gun, but it's actually, I mean, this is a damn good gun. For the price, you'll see the accuracy in a minute, what it's capable of, and it's only going to get better. I've never shot this thing, and I'm not as good a shot as I used to be. So I'm gonna, in a second here, I'm gonna go ahead and pause, and I'll get you on the targets. But before I do that, it's a Super Bowl day. I want to wish y'all a happy Super Bowl day. Y'all be careful, and let's go get to the results. All right, here's the results, guys. This was the 22 Win Mag 40 grain hollow point Winchester. There's the group. You see what I'm talking about, that little bitty bullseye. And there are 6 shots in there, so I think somebody shot mine because the magazine only holds 5. Either way, it's 1.759. Next up, we have the Critical Defense 45 grain FTX. And there's a grouping there, which is 1.14 inches. Next, we go over to CCI 22 Winchester Magnum VNT Varmint. It's a polymer tip, and that one shoots nice. It likes that. My gun likes it, and I'm sure it's only going to get better. Next, we move over. I really wanted it to like this because this is a bonded hollow point, and this is the Spear Gold Dot 40 grain hollow point. And there's a group there, 0.989 inches. Alright, the next one here is going to be the Remington 33 grain VMAX. There's a group, 0.603 inches. This is what worried me, guys. I thought the scope was broke. And this is this was the cheapest ammo too, by the way. I think it was like 12, 13 bucks. It's a Winchester Dynapoint 45 grain hollow point. And the group was 5.601 inches. And I thought my scope was broke. So next I put in there the 40 grain jacketed hollow point Maxi Mag. I was relieved to know that my scope wasn't broken about that point. Very tight group. Now we had the 30 grain VMAX Hornady, which came in at 0.643. I'm sorry. 1.643 inches. Shooting conditions 65 degrees, sunny. Windage was about 10 to 20 pounds. Not pounds. 10 to 20 miles per hour. Look at him. That's my boy. Oh. 10 to 20 miles per hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same target. I'm going to aim at the same little tiny. Well, actually, I think I'm going to have to aim at these. They're a little bit bigger. That bigger square next time. I'm not going to clean the gun. I'm going to leave everything the way it is. And we'll see how she shoots at 100 yards. I'm thinking about only using the top 6 loads. If you guys want me to go use all 8 loads again, in case you use some of these loads that didn't shoot so well out of my gun, let me know and I'll do all 8. But I'm thinking about just doing 6 next time. So, there it is, guys. See you next time.